racism and fascism this way. Join the demonstration. This is a public service announcement.
Are you fed up with racism?
I am fed up with racism. I hate it.
Why should I always feel an outsider in the place where I was born? You know, when you're born here and raised here and you've taken stick here to put a song off my iPod, why should you feel that you have to put up with that?
Of course I'm fed up with racism. I might be white, but I'm treated like a minority because I'm visually impaired.
I pay taxes, I work in the community, I help children with their homework, I run a baby bounce twice a week in a local library in the neighbourhood where I work. So why should I feel like I'm an outsider?
It's always been a passion of mine, you know, it's really a thing that I've always been against, you know, as I said, ever since I was a young kid.
No, why should I be treated like a terror suspect? I went on holiday with my girlfriend 3 years ago to, where was it? To Cyprus. Going through the departure lounge at Newton Airport. I get stopped and searched. Why? Because I'm wearing a hat like this and because I've got a beard and I'm wearing sandals. They seem to think I'm a Muslim, but the lady in the smelly, stupid uniform had the shock of her life and you hear me speaking with my boring Finsbury Park accent.
Why is it important to be involved in activism when it comes to racism or other issues? Well, racism is a universal issue. It's something which is a problem all across the world, and it's not something that's going to go away. And we Muslims have the answer. Our Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he taught that no white is better than a black, nor a black better than a white, no Arab better than a non-Arab, and vice versa. We believe that it is not by race that we should judge people. And Islam, as a religion, as a way of life, teaches the equality of all men. So I would ask anyone watching to get involved in the Against Racism, Against Hatred campaign and get involved in rallies such as this and other such events to share the values of Islam and share what we have in common with the rest of mankind.
I'm sick of racism. I think it divides people up. I think people need to come together and see the common enemy. And it's not what religion you are or what colour you are, we're all human beings. And it's just terrible to see the way the press constantly, what issues of racism up. If you get an Asian person doing something, it's all over the press, right? An equal crime from a white person, you don't get it in the press. My family were originally from Ireland. And before there was a big anti-Irish feeling here. Before it was the Jewish people. So, every 10 years or every generation, it seems to be another scapegoat. And the latest one is Islamophobia.
So it's very important for Muslims to be involved in activism like this, to share our values, to show the world that we do not believe in racism. We have something to say, that race is not something by which we should judge someone. Rather, it is piety. And it is our duty as Muslims all across the world to share these values with wider society. I would ask Muslims watching this to get involved in the Against Racism and Against Hatred campaign.
I think everyone should get involved in these campaigns because, if we don't, come together and address these things, we'll just be divided up, and the last thing we need just now is to be divided. There's been massive attacks on people, not just in terms of racism and Islamophobia, but in terms of welfare. There's been attacks on people's jobs and people's housing, and we need to come together.